This walk starts with a short but steep climb up Constitution Hill, just off the Settle Market Square. Turn right onto the Pennine Bridleway and you've now entered the beautiful Yorkshire Dales National Park.
Coming up to our first gate of many, I suppose.
Yes,
Quite a few.
no shortage of gates.
No.
So we're basically at the top of that little steep hill coming up out of Settle. And here we are at the first gate. Important sign there. Keep your dogs on leads.
Very important at this time of year.
And there's the reason why. Some beautiful little lambs. They're the reason why the farmers really need us all to keep our dogs on leads.
Well, we're up on the Pennine Bridleway, and if you look over that way you can see Settle, which is where we've just come from. You can see the Settle to Carlisle Railway. There's the viaduct just down there, and over that way is Giggleswick and the school chapel, Giggleswick School Chapel, the dome. And over that way is Langcliff, and we're heading kind of towards Langcliff, but we're going to turn right up the hill towards Attermire Scar before we get there.
Getting closer to Langcliff now, I guess.
We are, yes, it's just down to our left, and
Yeah.
Pennygent straight ahead.
It does really stand up, doesn't it? Like it really stands out. Pennygent. I mean, technically it's not actually that high. What is it, about 650 metres or something? And
Oh, I can't remember.
in that
I never
in that
remember
region
things
anyway.
like
So a nice little hike up, but yeah, a real feature of the landscape around here. And one of the famous three peaks.
We're up above Langcliff now.
We are, and the views here are just amazing.
Beautiful. I can see little patches of sunshine around.
Yeah,
Just not on us, but
Well, we might get lucky soon. There's Langcliff down below us.
such a pretty little village.
It is, it's beautiful.
And they do lovely afternoon teas in the institute there.
Well, we'll have to make a point of going to Langcliff for an afternoon tea.
Oh
soon.
yeah.
But for now, we're going that way.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We've arrived at a junction here, so this is the road that comes up from Langcliff and goes over the top, but we're going to keep going round on the Pennine Bridleway, which goes up to the right there, and continue on towards Victoria Cave. The sun's coming out now.
It is.
It's
warm.
quite hot.
Yeah.
Amazing view behind us.
There is, yeah. It's looking back down towards Langcliff and across the valley
You can see Ingleborough.
as we continue up the hill in the general direction of Jubilee Cave before we turn right to go to Victoria Cave.
Right, at this gate, we go through and we turn right up here where it says public footpath to Victoria Cave.
So that's where we've just walked up, that path down there. And that's looking back out towards Ingleborough. Amazing views from up here now. I guess we're not far from the cave now.
No,
Be able to see it up ahead
we're
very
looking
soon.
through Attermire Scar here and Warrendale Knots over to the right there.
Yeah,
And you can see all the craggy limestone outcrops.
yes.
Attermire Scar comes from some old English name, I think. It was something like Attermire Scar back in the 1100s.
Okay,
Yeah, so it's a very old name. It's just changed a bit over the years.
and that's where we're heading, straight ahead, that direction.
Victoria Cave, which is the biggest of a series of caves around here, and it's called Victoria Cave. I've been doing my homework because it was named after Queen Victoria, because it was discovered in 1837, which was the year of her coronation.
Right. You kind of look at that and think, how did they not see it before that?
How did they miss it? Yeah.
It's kind of obvious.
Lots of wild animals didn't miss it, because when they found it, they found evidence of there being cave bears in there, brown bears from about 11,000 years ago when there was the Ice Age.
Wow.
But then even further back than that, 130,000 years ago, there were hyenas, rhinos, hippos and elephants.
Here?
Yeah, they
in this
found
cave?
remains.
Huh.
Yeah,
And you're sure there's none still in there?
pretty sure, yeah.
Okay, all
yeah.
right. I guess we can go in then.
It's cooled down a bit since then.
Yeah. True. A lot of rocks.
Yeah.
I think they've just fallen down over the years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is a bit of a worry, isn't it?
So would this have been carved out by a glacier or something? This cave?
I'm not a geologist, but either glaciers or actually it's probably more likely water, because it was all covered in water.
Yeah.
That's why the limestone is here. It was all under a sea at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't go too far in, can you? They've got barriers there.
There is, I don't know if you can see it, but yes, there is a barrier across, so you can't really get too far in.
That's Victoria Cave.
Yeah. I love looking for all the wildflowers when we're out walking, and I mean there's all the usual ones like daisies and buttercups and dandelions, but these tiny, tiny little blue flowers are my favourite on this walk. They're called speedwell.
Speedwell?
Yeah.
Cool name.
Speed us on our way, hey?
Yeah. Well, we've got a way to go. We're probably, what, about halfway now?
Yeah, I guess Victoria Cave's probably about halfway really, around the loop.
And we've just left the cave on our way down the hill, heading towards Attermire Scar. And it's getting quite windy. It's a good walk for people visiting Settle, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really handy one. It's not far from the centre of town.
Yep.
Well, it starts from the centre of town, doesn't it?
Yeah, start and finish in town. Go to a pub for a beer afterwards, or a cafe for a coffee.
6 kilometres about. So depending on how fast you walk, you could do it in an hour and a half, or you can take your time and enjoy the views.
Yeah, take your time, have a picnic on the way.
Yeah.
Good fell runner might do it in about 45 minutes, I reckon. Not me. And you get these amazing views. We're looking up there as we walk from Victoria Cave towards Attermire Scar. You go through this
Well, we kind of go
valley
through
here.
Attermire, aren't we?
I guess we are now,
Yeah.
We're really in it now, aren't we?
Yeah. We've come through Attermire Scar now, and we're going to turn right at the bottom of this hill. And in the distance over there, you can see Pendle Witches. Pendle Witches? You can see Pendle Hill.
Pendle Hill, yes. Can't see any witches, but we'll keep an eye out.
We've just popped out the other end of Attermire Scar, and we're going to turn right down here and head up that little sort of mown pathway up the hill up there.
Are we? Yes, I think we are.
We are. Found something over here. Do
Yeah, let's have a look.
you want to come and see?
I do.
Well, I did already know it was here actually.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but
That has been found before, you haven't just discovered it?
yeah, I haven't just discovered it.
What
You
is
see
it?
these big cast iron plates?
Yes.
These are the remains of an artillery range. And I always assumed it was from the First or Second World War, but apparently it was from the 1800s.
Wow.
And it was when England feared there might be war with France. We're always scared there might be war with France, right?
Huh. And they were down here doing artillery practice?
Yeah, well, up here really, aren't
Up
they?
here, true.
Up from Settle. So the local militia or whatever came up here practicing their shooting skills, a rifle
Wow.
range.
And lugged these things up here.
Yeah, you'd think they could have found somewhere easier to do it really, but I suppose, you know,
Yeah.
they didn't want to shoot any locals, so. This one says something on it. It says Woods Target, 1860 I think.
Wow.
T. Richards and Co. Bishopgate, London.
Huh. And what do you think it was? It's obviously a big piece of iron, but what was it?
Well, it's got these things on the back, so maybe that had a plate standing up that they
Right.
shot at and it knocked it down, so maybe this was the base. I don't know. Over to our right here is Warrendale Knots.
Spectacular, isn't it? Look how steep that is.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And I read, I don't know how accurate this information is,
Okay.
but I read that it's called Warrendale Knots
Yes.
because of all the rabbit warrens in the side of the hill, well, inside the hill. But
Okay.
then they also said it could be because of the warren of caves, which seems somehow more likely to me, but I don't know. But you can actually see the entrance to one little cave just over there.
Yeah. It's very small. Might
There
not see it.
definitely
We'll get a
are
shot as we walk
caves.
past.
So this is Warrendale Knots that we're just walking past, and over there you can see a stile and a footpath that goes up, so you can head up that way over the top, and there's a trig point up there, and it's also a different way, a shortcut to get to Victoria Cave. So it's worth doing that as a walk one day.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's quite steep going up, but it doesn't actually take long to get up there, and then you get an amazing view from the top,
Yeah,
and then down the other side to
really
Victoria
panoramic
Cave.
view. You can see all around 360 degrees, amazing views.
Well, that was a lovely walk. We're just about to go down the hill back into Settle. As we said earlier, such a great place for if you're looking for a walk, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours, or a bit more if you want to take your time. Settle's such a great place to start and finish. You've got pubs, cafes, nice shops to go to, fish and chips, and just a
Feel
lovely
like a
little
nice cup of tea and a scone now, or
Yes,
something like
yes.
that.
something like that.
Folly
Or
Coffee House or somewhere.
somewhere like that would be lovely. But as you come over this last little hill heading back towards Settle, you get this amazing view over the village, Giggleswick and Settle, welcoming you back to where you started.